Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattletales from Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, which means that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. I've already shuffled and washed the cards, just giving them a quick cut here, and we will begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. This reading is also a timely reading, which means that it could be reflecting the past, present, and future. So whenever you do come across it, it is in timely order. All right, and there's Stella. Do you want to join? Okay. My cat wants to join the reading. You can sit on my lap. That's a good girl. So we have, for the underlying energy, the King of Pentacles. Yay, that's a good card to see. Good start for this reading. So the King of Pentacles is someone that is very well known has a good reputation for being able to handle money and finances. It could be someone in the position of like a broker, banker, like in upper levels of banking system. It can reflect someone that is a financial advisor, insurance, that kind of energy. And he's sitting on his throne. He's very focused on the pentacle. And this is a very steady energy. This is someone that, puts in the 9 to 5 and has really gained a good reputation because of their ability to be responsible. All right, well, come up here or come down, but don't be noisy, Stella. Sorry about that. I'm just going to double check that this card, good, it's positioned correctly. I've been doing readings for the new year coming up, which should be out in the next few days, for the astrological signs, and I'm switching back and forth between them. And so the setup is a little bit different. I just wanted to make sure this works. So the star energy is also this is like saying that you were destined to be a star. And this is about being able to add your special flavor to the soup of the universe, and also be able to bring that energy and pour that onto the earth, which is why this success with the pentacles is here. So it's about being able to bring energy down from the heavens and bring that down to earth and make it like matter on the physical from the spiritual. And yeah, so this is someone who has 1 foot in the universal waters and then 1 foot on land. So someone who's well grounded, pouring from 2 vessels. Those 2 vessels can represent the energy of spiritual and like 5D world and 3D world, your intuition and your logic, that kind of energy, heaven and earth, above, below, that kind of energy. And then we have someone, yes, who is making money, which isn't surprising if you're the King of Pentacles energy. So, and I just want to keep in mind also, this is an archetype. So this could be a female in her masculine energy as well as a male in his masculine energy. And this energy, this card is the only pentacle card where the person is actually working on the coin. And so the coin, these could be projects that he's made money from. And there's 8 here, and he's on the 7th and the 8th one to go, and then the project will be complete. Or he could be beginning a project and lining them up, so that this is the first, and he's got 1 done, and he's on the 2nd, and then he has these to go. So just take it how it works for you. If you're working on a project to make money, it looks like it's going to do well. If it's the beginning or the end. It feels like it's kind of you have the universe's support, and it's in alignment with with your North Star. And then we have a transition here. So this may be I feel, and that means this is probably, it's either the end of a project or the beginning of a project. And so it's this energy, this card comes up, so don't freak out over this card. This rarely means like death of a person or anything. What this means is it's the end of a cycle and a new cycle's beginning. So however that works for you. And I feel like maybe this is something you've been working on for a long time, or something that you've wanted to work on for a long time. And now whatever was holding you back from being able to, I'm getting it was time constraint, is now over, and you are going to be able to go after this project, or you're going to finally have the time to finish it. And this is the light at the end of the tunnel. So the sun is in the background between the two pillars there, showing that you're well on your path. This transition is about death and rebirth. So that energy, this card has been coming up a lot because we're ending a year. And the year that we're ending is 2025, and that adds up. 2 + 2 + 5 is a 9. And numerically, that is a end of a cycle, just like this card represents. And we're moving into 2026, which adds up to 10. So 1 + 0 = 1. So that's like saying that there's a new beginning happening, a new energy coming in, the new year. And then we have the Four of Swords. So it feels like that maybe this is something that's been on your mind a long time. These swords to me represent the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind being put to sleep, being put to rest, laying your thoughts down and just allowing yourself to chill out and meditate. And like this person is in a church. This looks like this stained glass window here has the word Pax on it, and that means peace. So this card always means to me, you know, like being in a meditative state, a state of prayer, and, you know, having some peace of mind. So, you know, if you've been working really hard, you know, diligently on this, and it's been a lot of work, it's coming to an end and you're going to have peace from it. But I'm getting that in some ways this doesn't feel like work to you, because this is something that you really are in alignment with doing. Yes, it's an Ace of Cups. You love your work. I love that. So the Ace of Cups is coming in because that means you're in the flow. You're on your path. You're dipping into the universal waters. It's a never-ending flow. And so that's giving you a lot of energy. And the Ace of Cups is a gift from God. It's coming from the universe. The energy is like being in the flow of something you love to do, or be, or it could be, this quite often means romantic. If you're, you know, looking for romance, this card is like speaking of a really strong divine union coming in. And then we have the Two of Wands. This card is saying that either when this project is over, you plan to maybe take a rest and go do something else that you love. So that could be it. Like you might be retiring or something like that. Or once this project is finished, you're going to take a holiday, because this is someone who's standing on their castle. So they're successful, but they're in their hometown, or they've been in this situation for a long time. And now they've got the globe in their hand, and that represents having the world in your hands. And this card has kind of the energy of big fish in a little pond and wanting to expand your horizons. This could be like you've been working on something. This sometimes, to me, the wands represent fire, the element of fire, and pouring a lot of energy into something. And so this is the energy of sometimes an entrepreneur. And this is my franchise card. You might be doing so well with this that if it's successful, when you have this one completed, you plan to go international, you know, or start a company, you know, that kind of like expand your business. So far, I feel like this, I mean, it could be a romance, but it feels maybe that's it. Maybe you want to go and find a partner, and that's what that's representing. Now that you've been successful in business, now you want to be successful in love. And there we have the happiest card in the deck. So this could indicate that, yeah, a new romance is coming in, or that, you know, you're in this place where you've managed to accumulate all this wealth. The pentacles represent wealth, health, and happiness, but this particular card represents making money through your skill set, you know, that kind of energy. So this could be saying both again, but the Sun is the happiest card on the deck. It represents God, the Most High. It is also is, you know, this child is on this pony and they're carrying this heavy banner, but it doesn't look like they're having any trouble carrying it at all. And that sort of is talking about this energy here, that you were born to be a star, and it's no surprising that you're so successful because you're on your divine journey here. And the sunflowers, they turn with the sun, so it's like your course has been determined by this energy of the sun, and it's a happy energy. And this card reflects light on any situation, and it also represents, like, shines happiness on the whole reading. So far we're off to a great start. I'm building a pyramid here. So this is the bottom line representing what you have to work with right now, like the basic thing, you know, what you have on the 3D and spiritually to be able to be successful. And you have a lot. You're the star. You are good at, you're very good at what you do, and you're making money doing it. You're dedicated and focused on that. And you have a transition coming, and I feel like if you've been really hard at work, now it's going to be time for you to have a little bit of peace and, you know, go do something that you really love, or go meet someone you love, or go be with the one you love, or, you know, take up another project or an adventure that you're kind of looking forward to doing. And then the happiest card in the deck, because you're a child of God and you're on your divine path. So this card coming up is saying either this can represent a never-ending nightmare. There's the 9 of Swords here. And this energy, swords represent the thoughts we have. Like, so I feel like sometimes this card means that things are just, every day is the same, which could be the true. Like, you maybe like have been really in the grind for quite some time. Could be 9 months or even 9 years sort of energy. Working like more than 9 hours a day kind of energy, 9 days a week, and there's only 7 days in a week. Like, it could represent that. And so every day being about the same thing. Or this could be that you received enlightenment because it's sitting right here on the divine, and it's sitting here on expanding your horizons. Sometimes it's not uncommon for people to wake up between 2 and 4 in the morning, generally that time, and have a dream or some sort of insight comes to them. And this person could be actually just trying to remember the dream and the step. These look like steps, the steps of action that, you know, he intuited in this dream or or whatever, you know, woke him up. And the blanket here says that you are covered by the universe. There's cosmic symbols on that. I'm also picking up an energy that this could say that, you know, you've wanted to be in your comfort zone, but I don't get that. I believe that you've been working and now you want to be, like, have more time for yourself, like to be resting, you know, and just exploring the world and doing things with the people you love and that kind of energy. There is a card here saying, like, these two cards, isn't that interesting? We have so much wonderful stuff in the bottom, and now these are the obstacles. So this energy is saying that it looks really scary also. These are two of the scariest cards, 3, that people usually don't want to see in a reading. But I feel like the cards all have potential to have positive, negative, if you want to put it that way, weak or strong energy, depending on the context of the reading and, you know, what you do with the energy. This is like a snapshot in time. This is like the trajectory of your path right now. Like, the vector is about a mathematical equation showing like distance plus the speed that you're traveling and the trajectory of where you're going, where you're headed. So there could have been, like, this card can represent that there could be some health issue or something, and you want to you've been, you know, you realize, okay, after this project is done here, I need to slow down and just be more healthy and have more time for myself. Or it might have slowed you down and now, you're in that space already. But this also can say that it can say that there was something that happened in your love life, because it's sitting right on this divine connection. But with it being a gift from God, it feels like if you were in a situation where you had something that was unsatisfactory in your love life, and this usually means that someone could be cheating on someone in a romantic relationship, that you've healed from it now. That could, for some of you, I'm getting it is about that. It could be a health issue that you're overcoming, and it also could be an energy of representing, again, the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind, in totally in sync with your heart. And I feel like with the happy card here and this energy with the thinking hung on the wall, kind of like that, I feel like you're going with your heart's desires now. The King of Pentacles is a very logical person, very traditional, steadfast, and this is the way you do things and doing them properly, and orderly, kind of like that. And I feel like this is more saying that because of the energy here, and because we have the sun here, that you have come to the realization that you want to follow your heart's desires. You've already been on this really traditional path, and maybe it could be your time for you to retire, or you want to take a different position in another company that's like maybe across the world or something, or just that you've made enough money now that you just want to go and travel the world and enjoy yourself. And then we have the Page of Swords. So some sort of information has come in. This is about communication, the pages. In the old days, the pages worked for the royalty, for the king and queen, delivering messages. And they would start out at between the age of 7 and 14. And if they were good at what they did, and they could afford a horse when they were 21, then they could, possibly become a knight. And so the energy, there is a message coming in, a communication coming in. Again, this could be a woman in their masculine energy. And it's about a communication regarding something to do with these swords, I feel. And this is an energy of like that. If there's a message coming in, it's going to probably be by email, by phone, by text, that kind of energy, rather than someone coming on foot to your door. But it could be that. This is an energy of someone who is a very innovative thinker. And out of all the pages, like there's 4 of them, this one, most of them, the other 3 are focused on their element. And he's totally looking away from it. This is someone who has a real open mind, and that open mind is really valuable for business. Being able to see 2 sides of the coin, being able to get in touch with that. And the ground is moving under their feet here, you'll notice. Like it looks like very active. And that's kind of representing someone that likes to take on projects. And so if that's what you love to do, then it's not really work for you in some ways. And then a cup of love is coming in here. Look at that. So it could be romance again. This is the knight in shining armor that we, expect to see when we're thinking about a romance novel or whatever. And the Knight of Cups, he looks good, and he's well clothed. He's someone that is very respectable, and someone that is charming, and a really good catch, basically. And he's looking straight at this messenger with this cup of love. So this again, with the Sun card and this card, I feel like maybe you do have a romance coming in. For those of you that's what it's about, that you've healed now, and maybe you've decided to propose to someone, or even just take someone out on a first date, or get to know someone better, and plan to communicate, because he's looking right at the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is looking right at him. Then we have the Three of Pentacles energy coming in. And so this energy is talking again about this energy here. It's like 3 people here again, and this is 3. And so there's the 3 Pentacles. So sometimes this energy can mean like you have others that want to collaborate with you. Make sure that if you are collaborating with other people, that they're in alignment with your goals, or it could bring you heartache. And maybe that's has happened in the past, and now that's what you're getting over, and that's why you had to work so hard. So for some of you, you might have been the King of Pentacles, and now you're not, because of this energy coming in. And maybe, like this card says, like if you sign contracts or anything like that, these people want to collaborate with you, but make sure that if you're collaborating with anyone and you've been working really hard on someone, that they have your interests at heart. This talks about like people that you would hire, people that you do business with, people that you would invite into your family, that kind of energy. But with the 3 swords here and 3 people with that energy, sometimes it can mean that someone was cheating on someone. So we'll just see. We have because now we have the 6 of Swords here. And so this is rowing off to calmer waters. It's been rough water, and rowing off to calmer waters with God. And sometimes I feel like this represents someone who's healing their inner child. So this could be something that happened to you a long time ago. This could be your parents got divorced or something, and it caused, you know, a lot of emotional hardship or whatever. But what's happening here is you're rowing off to, or if this is the past, this has already happened. You rowed off to calmer shores, and maybe that was the decision you were making here. I'm reading, this is a general reading, so it could be many different things. But the pole that the boatsman has, he's conveying people back and forth across the water here. And this represents having to dig deep to get that boat going. Like digging deep into your emotions, your thoughts, you know, what do you really want? And here, it's the same as this energy. I want a peaceful life. I want to move off to calmer waters. That could be just even in the context that you've been working hard all your life and now you're ready to retire and that's what you want to do. Or there was some health issue and you've been advised to, work less and play more, that kind of energy. We have the Empress here. So I'm just going to say, before we get to the Empress, that the energy here is about what you have to work with. This is the obstacles to have this ultimate, to be like the King of Pentacles in that energy, not having to worry about money, not having to worry about your health, having a lot of abundance in many ways, having abundance of joy in your life, of happiness. And the Empress is here. So the Empress, as the kings and the knights and that, she could be a male in her female or her feminine energy, or a female in her feminine energy. The Empress actually represents all 4 queens rolled into one person. So this is someone who's very accomplished also. It'd be a good match for the King of Pentacles because she generates wealth and health and happiness. That's what the wheat represents here. Like if you plant wheat, you can't water it like, your lawn. So you have to count on nature to bring the crop out, right? And so she just allows nature to do its thing. She embodies like the wisdom of all 4 queens. And this card sometimes represents someone who's pregnant. She's definitely pregnant with possibilities. And one of those possibilities is being actually pregnant. And so she manifests, like she just allows the flow here to generate energy. And so sometimes this talks about also just having the energy to do what you want and the time, that kind of energy. So we'll see. Whenever the Empress shows up, it's a good sign. Yeah, 10 cups here. So this perhaps is someone that you're planning to be married to, because this energy is, we've got the divine couple. We've got someone who's very successful, has a message coming in or wants to deliver a message, and their faith, like this is about a cup of love. And perhaps you had another relationship that didn't work out, and now you're willing to move forward. This line is about having the courage to get what you want. And this is like not just money or whatever. This is saying, no, I don't just want the King of Pentacles here. I want to also have 10 cups of love. And each of those cups, that could represent the absolute ultimate partner to share all the things you love to do with, and that includes a family, that kind of energy. It also could be, if you're retiring, you're having more time to spend with your grandchildren, I'm getting. We have this energy of juggling. So this is multitasking. I'm getting that this King of Pentacles has been a very busy person. And I feel like the Empress energy is kind of like, she's very successful in her own right. But she's way more chill and relaxed, and she uses her intuition to generate things more as like it's a really good match, because she can generate, she's like a magnet that draws all this energy in, and the King of Pentacles is someone that makes it happen. So that could be talking about those two different energies, and infinite potential between them. Sometimes this card, like, it can represent someone that's really busy, that's been multitasking and having a lot to do. And this time for yourself energy keeps coming up. So I feel like that's kind of the energy here. And then look at this. We have the 9 of Cups here. So yeah, I just am getting like, because the 9 of Cups is something that you wish for. And because it's sitting on this card here, I feel like you wanted what you have here now, the potential to have, that's something that you wished for. And that was important to you, but you were more focused on this. And so I feel like now the time has changed, and, we're moving again from that 9-year cycle into a brand new cycle, that you want what you wished for back here, and that it's a possibility you've met someone that is an Empress to you. And that's the energy that if you have that one more cup that is represented here and here, that you will have this abundance that you want, and you'll have someone to share it with. So this is really good energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups. So this is talking about some of the qualities of the Empress. And perhaps you were in a relationship before where you were in a relationship where there wasn't unconditional love, because the Queen of Cups represents like unconditional love. She is the only cup in all the cups that has a lid on it. And she is the most maternal and the most dedicated to her family and full of love, and she loves her children. She loves her grandchildren if it's that age. She loves pets. She loves the world. She's just someone that dedicates herself to her home and her family life. And so that energy maybe is something, and remember, like, these cards can actually just represent one person that wants, this is what you want. So the thing about wishing for something is you don't always get what you wish for if you're focused on other things. And so this energy, like the way he's sitting on the stage here, his feet are pointing out, and that shows that he's leaking energy. Some of his focus, from his upper body to his lower body, the energy is almost like totally different, kind of like this. So it's like, I wish I had an Empress in my life, but I don't have time to do that and work at this at this project that I'm working on. And some projects can last a long time, right? So that's the kind of energy. So this may be an opportunity now that you're going to have, really be able to get what you want. What this is saying is you need to stay focused on this goal and, kind of let go of this. You don't want to end up juggling your multitasking so much that you end up more with a quantity life than a quality life. And that's kind of the energy I'm picking up. And then we have the Judgment coming in here. So this is generational wealth for sure we're talking about. I feel like this Judgment is like God just saying, yes, you deserve to have this beautiful happiness with an Empress, someone that loves you, that you love. And this is something you've been wishing for since you're a child. Go for it. This is a gift from me to you because you've done all this. I feel like this person could be a philanthropist too that has done a lot of really good work on the planet. And so this Judgment is coming in. And this Judgment sometimes can mean a judgment coming in the courts, but I don't really see a lot of that energy here. I feel it's more like a judgment you're making inside of yourself where you say, I'm worth this, I want to get this wish, I'm going to go for it. And the ancestors and are in here in the box. They're coming out of the box to say, glory, hallelujah. You're waving back and forth the ascendants to the descendants and saying, like, this is awesome. Like your ancestors, if you have, we all have ancestors. And if your ancestors are looking down and saying, this is awesome, like you deserve this, go for it. And then, because in the past, I feel like because of, this is about being left out in the cold, but I feel like this card is saying more like you were focused on this part of your life, the Pentacle part, the part that is, about accumulating and you were juggling your time so much that you didn't focus on this love, and that now it's time to do so. I feel like you have had a lot of success, but sometimes maybe it's been really lonely. It's lonely at the top, right? So it could be, this card could just represent someone that never really put the energy into love, right? And now I'm almost getting your love sick. Like that's what you want now. You want to have that energy with someone. So this is saying, because this is your heart's desires now. Like this is the courage to go after your heart's desires. And this is an end of a cycle again. This card has been coming up in all my readings. It's a scary looking card. And it's on the death here. This is someone who's been stabbed in the back 10 times and they've been left for unalive. Having said that, their hand is in the form of a blessing here, which is also the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about judgment. I feel like this is maybe some thoughts that you have had, like from when you were a child. Maybe you had a rough upbringing in some way. And this is about healing your inner child, because that quite often represents that. And it could be like the energy of your parents, when you were growing up, that caused you never to want to get married because you didn't want to repeat that cycle. And now you realize that it is something that you want. And because this is representing the end of a cycle. And this is representing the end of a cycle. And I feel like this is saying you don't want to be alone anymore. You want to let go of this energy. And again, like the 10, this is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new. Exactly the same as the Death card. I feel like that's more what it's about. Yes, and then we have the Lovers. So, and the Sun is on it. You see that? So this is your heart's desires. And maybe that's, you were good for a long time, but now you met someone and you just feel like, hey, I really feel like I could be with this person. And I didn't think I would ever really want this, but I do want it. And so the Lovers are, especially with this cup coming in of a divine partner, that would be, you know, a King of Pentacles and an Empress getting together is pretty divine. And, you know, that energy is really strong. When people are strong within themselves and they get with someone else who's strong within their self. And it's saying, take the time to get to know each other. And, you know, you don't have to be in a hurry. Like, enjoy the journey, you know, enjoy being in this energy. And we have the 8 of Cups here. So this card quite often represents walking away from what you have that you've worked really hard for. And there's the 3 cups sitting there on the 5 cups. And so sometimes this means that you are just disappointed in all of this. And that could be for some of you, and feel like you want, you know, you letting go of these cups and you're going for this one, that the divine is. Like, it might be that you're planning an early retirement now, and because meeting this person has changed your mind, or you had a health scare or something and that has made you change your mind, or there's been a big shakeup in your company or whatever, and you want to go do something different. That kind of, it could be a lot of different things, but the energy is that you're done and you're walking away from something, or it's like you have these 8 cups lined up and now you want to go for this cup. And then we do have the Knight of Cups came in with another one here. So we do have 2 other cups, which would be 10 cups. And here is the moon, the full moon and the new moon. And so the full moon is it's about releasing, and that's what we're doing at the end of 2025. And then the new moon is about moving into this energy of new, everything new. So it could be that you're decided, you know what, I'm going to leave these 8 cups. It was a slice, but now I'm going to put all my energy into this energy of a divine romance and, you know, move forward in a different way in my life. And that kind of makes sense. The full moon was just on December 4th, and that was in Gemini. And that energy, it was a super moon, so it may have shone light on what you really want and what you want to release. And the new moon is coming up on the 20th. So I'm doing bonus readings because it's Christmas, sort of as a gift to everybody and for New Year's. And if I have time, I'm also going to do a bonus reading. I did one for the full moon, and the new moon is on the 20th. So if I have time, I'm going to do each of the horoscope signs with a new moon reading. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But this energy is about moving forward. I feel like with this cup of love and this energy here. And this is saying, without a doubt, a conviction beyond a doubt. This is talking about actions that you've taken in the past. And this can represent, you know, the battles that you had to fight to get to this point, to be here, like where you're a big fish in a little pond and you want to expand your horizons, go do something different, and you're on higher ground here. But the thing, when you look at this card, he's wearing one has a boot on and one has a shoe on. And I feel like one is representing work, and one is representing chilling out, you know, like sitting around in slippers and sneakers and, you know, going on hikes maybe a little bit, holding on to the wand that's closest to your heart. And this is conviction beyond a doubt that you are going, this is the action that you plan to take. Yeah. And look at, we have the King of Wands coming in, and the King of Wands is very visionary, very charismatic, a real sexy person, the life of the party, lots of fun, really fiery. He's always ready to go do something. Like he enjoys new adventures to go on, new projects to bring to being. And he's very focused on this energy here. He's looking this way. And I feel like this could be the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, because now the King of Pentacles is going after his passionate love life and has the money to do it and, you know, the energy to do it. And then we have the Queen. Look at that. So like, this is someone that he's met that he's really passionate about, and she's passionate about him. It looks like this could be masculine and feminine energy, but when they come out together, this energy, the King and the Queen of Wands, sometimes are like an odd couple, like very different from each other, but opposites attract. And, you know, she's very magnetic, like the Empress. She's very sexy, natural beauty, real sunny disposition, a go-getter. She likes creative solutions. You know, she enjoys that kind of energy. And these two, when they get together, there is like, she's like the magnet, and he's like the electricity. So when they get together, sparks fly, basically. And then the Hierophant comes in, and look at, that's the Hierophant went out over this energy here. So this is saying, this is the gift of being with someone that you're really passionate about, really well matched with, someone that you can count on, you know, like the energy is that way. And here's the blessing, and here's the blessing in disguise here. And then the transition, right? So the transition is to walk into this blessing that God is offering you here, and through the universe bringing forth this energy to you. And here is someone who was in a mental prison and is now deciding to step out. So it could be like an energy where you just maybe didn't feel like this person is in the energy of wanting to move forward and not being able to see where to go. And so I really do feel there could have been some energy here where you realized you really weren't, you know, something happened, and it really felt like a trap to you, like you felt trapped in some ways in this energy. Like, how can you walk away from something that you've worked so hard for? You know, what will happen to your reputation and all of that? You know, what if people think you're going through midlife crisis? That kind of energy is that there's so many thoughts here. But now these thoughts are behind her, and there's just two, like this sword here is standing, and this is the one thought, and that's sitting on the conviction beyond a doubt. And I feel like both of these parties are in this position where they're in agreement that this is a blessing and they want to be together. It's really strong energy, and and it's kind of talking about, like, if there was deep waters, a lot of emotions to work through. She's got one foot on land now. Her right foot's on land. And that energy also is, she's got one foot just in this water, like the emotions here that were so challenging, possibly here and here, have dissipated, like a puddle, when, you know, like a big puddle that the sun comes out and dries up all the puddle, and it's like easy to walk out of. And this card can also have the energy of being duty bound. So this King of Pentacles would be the type of person that maybe had dedicated a lot of time and energy to this project, and was forcing it and pushing themselves to keep working until this was done, and realizing that it wasn't in his best interest to do so, is what I'm getting. It was in his best interest to walk away, look after himself, quit working so hard. There's no need to do that. Someone else will fill his boots, if you know, and he'll put another shoe on this foot. That's it. So he's on really steady ground. So this is talking about here the energy of the star, like this is your destiny, this is your path, you deserve this. It's a universal gift. This is about rowing off to calmer waters, and the Empress is representing this energy of being in the flow and being really able to attract someone that has a real strong energy here, someone that you can rely on, that the lovers, and then walking away from what you thought you loved and stepping into this new way of being. And that all of this energy here, if there was problems in your love life before, is a blessing in disguise, because now you know what you want, and all of that energy, all those thoughts are behind you now. And the one thought you have is this conviction to take this action. And it's someone that these two are a very passionate couple, and they're very well matched, even though they're odd. Like, you know, they're not a typical couple that you would see together. Like, people might say, that's odd, but they look happy. That kind of energy, you know, and then opposites attract, right? So judgment, other people's judgments, your judgment, you're moving forward. And this is about love. This is about unconditional love and wanting to be there. This to me talks about being in this place where you received, like, maybe in the wee hours of the morning, a revelation, like you had a dream or something, and you realized, you know what, I deserve this happiness, and I deserve this unconditional love, and I'm not going to let this opportunity pass me by. That's really awesome energy. This is really, really good. This is something like, you deserve it, whoever you are out there, whoever you are's. And if you're enjoying this reading, please do like and comment. I really appreciate it, as it really empowers me to build my channel. I'm going to clarify for those of you that want more clarification on this. And I'm using Tales from the Vector, my oracle. I don't have it out yet. I started it in 2007, and in 2020 I finished the 64th painting. And now I'm working on getting the energy together for the book that goes with the deck, and we'll bring it out here. In the description box below, I will have the numbers that are on these cards listed in the order they appear here. So if you're interested in going and looking it up, it's talesfromthevector.com, TAILS from thevector.com. You can go check out the paintings, and there's more information there. So I'm just tuning these cards into this reading. I already shuffled these, but I like to shuffle them some more and just think about, okay, there we go. Okay, so the card that came out from the bottom of the oracle deck is the Judgment, Unfettered. Go with your heart. This is like the Judgment card. This dragon is a pink and green dragon, and she's falling through the sky. For the Judgment card, she's right side up, and for the heart chakra, like about personal love, she's upside down. So this card says falling and failing in love is a matter of I. You have to love yourself first for, to find that partner like that elevates that love. And in this energy here, we have a trauma queen. So yeah, you might have been in a relationship that had a lot of drama in it. And it may have seemed at the time like, a lot of people, especially if you've had a challenging childhood, and that is the energy that I'm kind of picking up. And I kind of get the hiccups even when I think about it. Like it like a little bit of stress, of that energy of living in a house where there was a lot of drama. And sometimes when we grow up like that, when we get together with someone that is like really calm and steady like this, it seems like maybe it's not exciting enough or something, because it's easy to confuse excitement with drama. And then, and you don't want a drama queen. You want someone who's chill and laid back, and that you can count on, that you're passionate, like doesn't have a roving eye, like someone that wants to be with you. And then this energy is, there's sibling rivalry here. So there could have been a family business here, and you were the one that was running it, and maybe now you've decided, I'll let my brother or sister run it if they want it so bad, because I'd rather be better than bitter. I don't want to fight anymore. Like, I don't want to be arguing with anyone over this business anymore. I've gotten everything I want out of it. And that might be this energy here of being left out in the cold. There could have been like a family disagreement, because I'm picking up a lot of energy of like a lot of drama in your family that you grew up in, for some of you out there. And then we have the Virgo energy. So this is about Virgo energy is very clean, very orderly, very much like the King of Pentacles. But we just had, it's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury, we just came out of a retrograde at the end of November, and that energy lingers for a little bit. And so sometimes communication can be very scattered, and, you know, technical systems and that don't work like they're supposed to, that kind. And the major challenge for the Virgo energy is, you know, analytical critique is really good, because it will really empower you. A lot of people would prefer to be flattered, but analytical critique is very valuable, especially if it's from someone that, you know, understands business and could give you some really good advice. But sometimes that can, if you're raised in a family with a lot of drama, it can sometimes lead to anal criticism, you know, someone that's always criticizing everything. And this is talking about having like, maybe there was, this is another karmic space of pride. And this is an energy of, it sometimes means a family, because a family of lions is called a pride. And you came right here just to make your noise. It says persuasion, not yelling Meowville. Be quiet, Stella, or come up here. Okay, don't come up here, but don't sit there and yell at me. Sorry, my cat just came in when the lion energy. You're supposed, it says persuasion, not yelling. There, you can come up here. That's a good girl. Sorry for the interruption. She's up on my lap now, so you're supposed to purr. You're supposed to calm this energy down. She's got a scotoma. So this is when you have a blind spot. And just like you can have small scotomas in your eye, you can't see past maybe what's happening here. And so it's an energy of, you might have a blind spot in yourself when it comes to love, like where you just can't see the big picture. There's something you can't see about yourself that's holding you back from enjoying the love you deserve, and now you can see it. It's kind of that letting go of the pride and like say, okay, here, you take over, I'm going to go have fun. That kind of energy. And I feel like there was some sort of a tower, and it could have been a divorce for some of you. But this energy, the tower, is when, you know, it's a reality check, and the lightning bolt hits the tower, and there's two people falling out of the tower, and one looks totally shocked, and the other one looks like, yay, let me out of here kind of energy. They were expecting it to happen. So I feel like that could be a possibility. But having said that, the worst divorce is from source. And so this energy is talking about like staying on your path and, you know, kind of rising to, like, once you have a reality check, it could have been about some health issue that, you know, you need to work less or whatever, or something that made you feel like you need, you know, you just wanted to have more freedom. And let go of your pride and let someone else take over the family business or whatever that is, like if it is to do with family. But this energy is like people, when they see it, you know, the lightning hits the tower and it you know, falls apart and the people are falling out of it. But having said that, how often does lightning strike, and how often do you bump into your perfect partner, you know, and have a second chance at love like this? So the tower can be both. It's always like, it's sudden, and it can be a lot of energy, and it can be really surprising, and it can feel negative at the time. But the reality check, it's always better to know what's really going on than to be in the dark about it. And then the superstar energy is like lined up with this, being able to have harmony, like not having to, I feel like there might have been an arguing, you know, a lot of criticism, that kind of energy. And that could have been like something that you were raised with, and then it sort of was something you brought into your relationships and you didn't really realize it. And now it's kind of like something that, oh, okay, now that I'm aware of it, what I really want. And I feel like I could have it, because this is an energetic upgrade. So this is saying, yes, you do have the tools. You have all the tools that you need to overcome these obstacles and really have this really happy, beautiful relationship is what's coming up. And then we have the falling star. There we have it, the heart chakra. So we have both of these out here. And so falling and failing is a matter of, falling and failing in love is a matter of I. And this is like unfettered, where you've been released from this energy is what's coming up. And then we have the high priestess here, which is all about joy. It's about getting close to God, getting close to your roots, being, you know, to the energy where the path that you want to be on, that you were destined to be on, the happiness that you deserve, and the strength and the courage to be able to take that that leap. And this is talking about being integrated within yourself, the integrity, I feel. And it may sound funny, like, oh, why does it take courage to go do this? Well, because if you've been hurt in the past, or you've had a bad example growing up, this is this card, the Strength card in the tarot deck, is a young woman reaching into the lion's mouth, and it's shown like it quite often represents the fears that you have from your childhood, and reaching into the lion's mouth represents being able to face your fears and overcome so you can have what you want. And the Hierophant is coming up right here again. And that's on conviction without a doubt. The traditional structure, this could be like, I want to get married, you know, that I'll do it again kind of energy. And then we have manifestation. So manifesting what you want. And this is your heart's desires. So this is really powerful energy, like actually coming to the realization, hey, this is what I want. I'm going to go for it. And this is also very passionate energy. And then we have Taurus here. So the Taurus energy is learning to give and take, and the toddler, like Taurus is toddler energy, but it's ruled by Venus. It's, you know, if you think about toddlers, like they can be really, they don't like to share, and they you know, they're learning to give and to take. And that energy, they can be really stubborn. The sign that represents toddlers is a bull. But having said that, they're so lovable and they're so loving. Their capacity to be stubborn is overridden by their capacity to be you know, like to be lovable. And so it's a matter of learning, you know, how to give and take in the world, and, you know, what to give up, and what, you know, at what time to, like, when is it best for you to retire, or when is it best for you to make this transition, you know, that kind of energy. And then we have the guiding star, which is about your crown chakra. This is using your intuition and moving forward, not just with logic, but also with your intuitive guidance. And that's going back to this star energy, going back to your, you know, the guiding star of destiny. And that does also talk about like 2 + 8 is 10, and that one energy again. Sagittarius is all about travel, like, and adventure, expanding your horizons, you know, instead of contracting. So I feel like this energy is really awesome. Like, I love this energy because it shows like that we can change our mind, and, you know, literally change our mind to get what we want, and that it can be a really beautiful thing. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading as much as I have. I will be back with another reading tomorrow. And if you did like this reading, please do like and comment. It really does empower me to build my channel. And consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy. Bye for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry, Stella, you were just going to fall asleep again.